So in today's session, we are going to discuss about SOSL queries, and we have to understand what exactly SOSL queries and what is the use, how can we prepare SOSL queries in Apex programming, and what is the syntax we used to follow to prepare SOSL queries, and once the queries has been prepared, then how can we execute? What are the various ways to execute SOSL queries? And what type of SOSL queries that we have in Apex programming we'll see. So in this case, whenever I'm using these SOSL queries, what are the various governor limits that we need to keep in mind, which you will see one by one. Now, let's see. So now tell me, what do you mean by SOSL? SOSL stands for what? SOSL stands for Salesforce Object Search Language. SOSL stands for Salesforce Object Search Language. Then what do you mean by Salesforce Object Search Language? What is the purpose of this? What is the purpose of this search language? Not for the objects, we can search for the records inside the objects. Now, by using this Salesforce Object Search Language, we can use the help of these SOSL queries in order to search for a particular content in Salesforce objects. Suppose I'm giving some characters like, for example, test. So with this characters test, whatever the matching records are available, I would like to search. In order to search the records inside your Salesforce objects, we are using the help of a search language. It's a search engine given by Salesforce, which can be used to search the required content in Salesforce object records. Now, in order to search the data, already we have SOQL queries. Already we have SOQL queries. Through these SOQL queries, we can use the help of where class. Through this where class, we can able to fetch the exact matching information also, or similar kind of information also by using like operator. We can do all these things. Then why especially we should go for SOSL queries? What is the need of this SOSL queries now? We can search, okay, but here by using SOQL also we can do. Through SOQL also, we can search the required content in multiple Salesforce objects. That possibility is there. Multiple also. Through SOQL query, we can search the data in multiple Salesforce objects also. There is an option by using relationship queries. Then why should we go for SOSL especially? Now, let me explain. Suppose, for example, forget about this SOSL, come to the SOQL concept. For example, in SOQL query, I want to search the account records whose name is okay holding that value Ram Kumar. What we can do in that case, we can prepare an SOQL query by adding the where condition, where name equals to Ram. So whenever I'm writing an SOQL query, okay, I'm not talking about SOSL. Let me explain SOQL. What is the drawback in that? How to use that SOSL? Now, I would like to fetch the account records from the account object whose name is equals to Ramkumar. So with the name Ramkumar, whatever the account records are available, all those account records I would like to fetch from my account object. So now here in this case, we are using the help of this okay SOQL query by using this where class, we can add the condition where name equals to Ram Kumar. Okay, that is fine. Suppose, for example, here I want to get only those account records whose name contains the characters, like some Ramesh. Then what we can do? Whose name starts with some Ramesh. Then what we can do? Where name like Ramesh percentage. Okay, that means in this case here we can specify. For example, I would like to fetch only those lead records. Okay, only those lead records. Okay, whose street contains the value some Kukatpalli. Then what we can do? We can specify where street like some Kukatpalli. That means the people who are residing in Kukatpalli, all those people's data it will collect. But in this case, when I observe this scenario, whenever we are using this where class, we are going to be indicating the column name. In which column you would like to search the content. So where name equals to Ram Kumar, that means I know that this is the name value. So I'm indicating to the SOQL query, search the content in name field of your object here. Here also, street like Kukatpalli. That means, please go to the street field. Inside the street field, search for that content Kukatpalli here. That means what in this case, what it indicates, we are indicating the column names in which we are going to search. So, whenever if you know in which column this content is used, then we can go with SOQL. Here by indicating where class, we can give the column name, we can indicate the value with which you would like to search. But suppose, for example, I know the keyword some RAM. I want to search for the content in multiple objects also. But I don't know in which column this keyword has been used. If you know this is a name value, then we can use where name equals to some Ram Kumar, or where name equals to Ram, or where name like Ram percentage. I can write that. But I don't know in which column this keyword has been used. Maybe this value has been used in name column, rating column, industry column, type column, ownership column, street column, city column, state column, country column, address column, email column. I don't know in which column this keyword has been used. In that case, what needs to be done? I need to search this content in all the columns, right? Yes. Now, will you do this one by using SOQL? No, my object contains 400 fields. Will you add all these 400 conditions in where class? No, it will be looking like as complex. So now in order to check all these conditions, it will take more time, which will be impacting on the application performance. So in that case, whenever if you want to search for the content in all the fields of objects, not only in one object, multiple objects also. Those objects may be related, those objects may be independent, SOSL will support. Okay? But when you go to the SOQL, upon searching the data in multiple objects, the base condition is object should be related here. It may be lookup, master detail, hierarchical, one-to-one, whatever. Object should be related. Then only it is possible. Or else relationship queries will not support. But here, objects may be related, objects may be independent, it will support. It is a speciality. So, SOSL queries are nothing but the search engines which has been given by Salesforce, which can be used to search for a particular content in all the fields of your object. Not only in one, multiple objects also we can search at a time. That is the specialty of SOSL query. You no need to indicate in which column this keyword has been used. Suppose if you know in which column this keyword has been used, go with SOQL directly. Don't come to SOSL. Suppose there are some situations where I don't know in which column this keyword has been used. In which object this record is matching record is available. I don't know. In that case here, in order to search for the content in multiple objects by referencing all the fields in the object, then we can go with the help of SOSL. Got the difference here? because it's a common question in most of the interviews, difference between SOQL and SOSL. When should we go for SOQL? When should we go for SOSL? Okay, next. I will explain few more differences also over here as part of this. Depends upon the business needs. I will explain few more differences also. Now, so now here in this case, as part of this SOSL query, SOSL queries are used to search for the required content in all the fields in multiple Salesforce objects at a time. All those objects may be independent or associated also. SOSL queries will support to search. It's one of the search engine given by Salesforce to search the data in multiple Salesforce objects at a time. Okay, now this is only for searching purpose. Once the data has been searched, we can show the data in the form of tabular format or wherever you want, we can show. Now, generally, when you go to the SOQL queries, through SOQL queries, we can search the content, we can collect the data, we can store in the form of a list collection. Once the data has been stored in the form of list collection, then on that data you can do whatever the operations you want. You can update the record, delete the record, undelete the record, upset the record, merge the record. You can do all these things here, which has been written by SOQL. But whatever the records written by the SOSL query, those records will not be supporting DML operations. DML operations will be completely prevented on SOSL query results. Whatever the records that you have collected through SOSL queries, on those records, DML operations are not permitted. If it is a SOQL, through a SOQL query, through select statement, we can collect the record, we can do that required update operation, delete operation, merge operation, everything we can do. That means DML operations are permitted only on SOQL query results. But on SOSL query results, DML operations are not permitted here. We can't do any other operations on the SOSL query results. Those are fixed only for searching purpose, not to perform the DML operations on those records. Okay, now, so now here in this case, when coming to the SOSL queries are used to search for a required content by referencing all the fields in the object, not only in one, multiple objects also we can search. So in that case, whenever it is searching the content, if there is any matching records has been found, that means if this keyword has been used in any of the record, in any field also, it will collect the record, it will be sending to the developer automatically. Understood the concept here? Now, upon searching the content by using SOSL query, if the matching record has been found in any of these columns here, if the such a content is found in any of the matching field, if any of the record, automatically record will be getting collected, that record will be representing to the people automatically here. So in this case, how can we prepare SOSL queries? In order to prepare the SOSL queries, we are using the help of find keyword. SOQL query will be preparing by using what statement? Select statement. This can be prepared with the help of find statement. Find statement. SOSL will be done with the help of select statement. SOSL will be done with the help of find statement over here. By using this find keyword, we can search for the required content in multiple objects also. Now, so in this case, what is the syntax that we used to follow in order to prepare this SOSL queries? Now, let's see. Clear? Now, make a note of this one. Salesforce provides a search engine as part of Apex programming called as SOSL queries, which can be used to search for the required content in multiple Salesforce object records. By using SOSL query, we can specify the search content in all the fields in all the fields in multiple Salesforce object records. By using SOSL query, we can search for the search content in all the fields in multiple Salesforce object records. If the search content has been found in any of the object and in any of the field, then it returns a record to the end user. SOSL queries should be prepared by using find keyword, by using find statement.
Sir,
Yes,
sir,
yes, tell me. Yes, tell me, madam. What is the question?
sir, I'm not getting that video, sir. Actually, I'm getting the audio only.
Now, please check that here because remaining people are not having any issue. Could
Sir,
you please rejoin the
what, sir?
meeting? So now remaining people are getting the video also. Could you please rejoin the meeting
But
or else?
no, no, no. Actually, I'm not getting. Just now, it's disconnected. Actually, just now.
I think maybe it's because of your internet access.
No.
Please check your internet connection.
Okay.
Now the syntax. We can specify the find keyword. We can specify the search content and star in all fields returning. We can specify the object name 1 and here we can specify the field names 1. Field 1, field 2, field 3, field n. Like the similar passion. Second object and the object n. No. Whenever it is searching for the required content, if this content has been found in any of this field, in any of this Salesforce object record, it will return that record back to the end user. So the end user can store the record inside his collection and he can represent wherever he wants. Done with this? Now, let me explain this syntax, what exactly it is, how it works. So now we are using this keyword find. That means in order to search for the content. What is that content? This is the search content here. This is a search content which I would like to search. Now here we are indicating star. The star is indicating what? Please search for the content in all the fields also, and then every place. Okay, generally, in order to search the content, we are going to using indication because my content, my field name will be starting with this one, ending with this one, or it is having in the middle. We are indicating. Like for example, we are indicating with the test percentage. That means what? It will search the content whose name is starting with the keyword test. If I'm indicating percentage test, then what it means? It will get only those words whose name is ending with test. If you want to search for this content in any place, then we can specify, okay, percentage, a test percentage we need to indicate. Now, like that, here we are indicating star. Now, this star is indicating search for the content in any place. This content may be available at the starting of that field value or ending of the field value, also middle, also wherever it might be. Search for the content here. Now, so that I want to search for this particular content in all the places of my field values. Now, in which fields you would like to search? In all fields. That means please just search for that content in all these fields. This is called as search group. This is called as search group. This is called as search group. So now we are indicating that please search for the content in all the fields in my object. In my object, if I am having 500 fields, in all the fields it will search the content. In any of the field value, if this keyword has been found, that record will be returning back to you here. So now here in this case, whenever we are searching the content, we need to indicate the search group also to indicate in which columns you want me to search. You want me to search in all the columns or not, that we can indicate. Suppose, for example, whatever the content that I'm searching, that content is an email ID. Generally, email ID will be available where? In email data type fields. In that case, if you want to search the content only in the email ID fields, then we can specify the search group as in email fields. Here we can specify in email fields. Don't use in all fields, use in email fields. Suppose whatever the content that we are searching, that is a phone number. Phone number will be available in which data type fields? Only in phone fields. In that case, we can search in only phone fields. In phone fields. Suppose whatever the content that I'm searching, that is available only in text data type fields over here. In that case, we can specify search in, okay, text fields. Now, these are the four search groups are available in all fields, in email fields, in phone fields, in text field. That means we are going to be optimizing our searching mechanism. So now don't search in all the fields. Whatever the content that I'm searching, it is an email ID. So now please go to only to the email fields, search the content inside that to indicate that we are using in email field, in phone field, in text field, in all fields. So these are the four search groups are available in SOSL query to indicate, to precise your searching mechanism here. Don't waste your time, don't put more load on the server, make it optimized, so that here we can indicate in which kind of data type columns you want me to search the content, we can specify over here. Okay, now, so in this case, let's see. Now, find, search for the content. This is some characters. For example, I'm indicating test star. Find test star in all the fields. In which objects you want me to search? These are the objects. These are the object names. Search the content in all these fields. This is an object 1, object 2, object 3, object 4, object 5, like that up to how many objects maximum we can search at a time? 20 objects. Object 20 up to maximum 20 objects we can able to write inside. That means by using this SOSL query, we can search for the content in maximum of 20 objects in one shot. Okay, these objects need not be associated. Objects may be independent also, related also, it will support. Okay, I will come to that point. I haven't explained still that part here. I will come to this one. Now here in this case, I'm going to searching this content over here. This is the content I'm searching in all the fields in these objects here. Now in these objects. Now here in this case, it will go to that, okay, object 1. In this object 1, it will take the records. In all the fields, it will verify whether this content has been used or not. Suppose if the content has been used, it will return the record over here. What record it will return? That corresponding matching record. For example, that is an account record. In that account record, here what values we have? We have account ID, we have account name, rating, industry, phone, fax, billing address, shipping address. So many things are available. But in that case, whenever we are collecting that matching record, I don't want all the field values. I want only some specific columns. Whatever the matching record has been found, that matching record I want to collect with some specific columns. I want only ID, name, rating, industry, annual revenue, phone, and the facts. That's it. I don't want the remaining column values. In that case here, what column values you would like to fetch, that we can able to specify here, field 1, field 2, field 3. That's what we are using this keyword returning. Okay, whenever we are searching for the keyword some test star in this particular object, for example account object, search that content in all the fields of your object. Upon searching the content in all the fields in the account records, suppose if any of the matching record has been found, then return that record. Okay, return the record to the end user. That's what we are using returning keyword. Then upon returning that record, what you want me to return? If the object contains 400 columns, the complete 400 columns data you want me to send? No, don't send that all the field values of that object here. Return only this particular field values. Field 1, field 2, field 3, up to field 10. What columns value you would like to fetch? Just you can specify the column. Clear? Understand the concept here? This is the meaning of the keyword returning and these columns here. Next, once it is searching for the content in object 1, then it will go to that object 2, it will search the content. Whatever the matching records has been written, those records will be returning back to the user with this column. Then object 3 and then object 4 and the object 5, like that up to how many? 20 objects. Okay, clear? This is the syntax of, okay, find statement. That means SOSL query. Understood the concept now? So as part of this, okay, SOSL queries, upon using this search group, we are having 4 search groups are available over here, which is used to indicate in what data type columns you want to search the content. We can specify very clearly with the help of these search groups, like in all fields, in phone fields, in email fields, in text fields. We can specify this, okay, search groups also over here. Now, in this case, whenever we are using this SOSL queries, upon preparing the SOSL queries, we are having few governor limits. Upon using SOSL queries inside our application development, okay, Salesforce has given few governor limits. First governor limit is, whenever we are using SOSL queries, within a single transaction, we can use maximum of 20 SOSL queries, not more than that. Okay, only 20 SOSL queries per transaction, not more than that. If it is SO equivalent, then how many? 100. DML statements 150. SOSL 20, only 20. So each SOSL query here. Now, whenever we are using this SOSL queries within a single transaction, we can use maximum of 20 SOSL queries. This is the first limitation, first governor limit. Second governor limit is, By using an SOSL query, we can search for the content in maximum how many objects here? 20 objects. This is the limitation. Each SOSL query can search for the content in maximum of 20 objects. This is the second governor limit. Third governor limit is whenever we are using this SOSL query, okay, to search the content, each SOSL query can return maximum of 2000 records, not more than that. Suppose if it is SOQL, then how many records? 50,000 records. SOSL query can return only 2000 records, not more than that. Okay. These are the three governor limits are available as part of SOSL query. And then that already told you a small point here. Once the records has been collected through this SOSL queries, whatever the matching records has been found through this SOSL query on those records, you can't perform any DML operations. DML operations will be completely prevented on SOSL query results. Okay. Now, so now, so now here in this case here, whenever we are using this SOSL queries, then how can we execute? Upon executing the SOSL query, we have two ways are available in Salesforce, like as SOQL itself, same. Now, what are those two types? Upon executing the SOSL query, how many ways are available? What are those two ways? Right, where? Inside the developer console in query editor, we can execute that. Okay, the first one here, the first way to execute SOSL query is we can use the help of query editor from developer console. Go to that developer console, go to the query editor tab, and then we can able to type your SOSL query, we can execute it. That is one way. Second way, by using Apex programming. Through Apex programming also, we can execute SOSL queries and we can search the required content as well. These are the two options are available here. Okay. Then how can we invoke SOSL queries through with the help of this query editor? We'll see practically. Then we will enter into SOSL queries through Apex programming. Okay. Now, make a note of this one. Now, while preparing the SOSL query, we can specify the required search group through which we can optimize the query execution. Apex supports the below four search groups. First one, in all fields. It will search the content in all fields. All the fields inside the object. Second one, in text fields. It will search the content only in text data type fields. In email fields. These are the four such groups are available. Note. DML operations are completely prevented on SOSL query results. That is, the records written by SOSL queries, the records written by SOSL queries will not support DML operations. Now, gonna limits. First one, we can prepare maximum of 20 SOSL queries within a single transaction. Each SOSL query can returns maximum of 2000 records. Each SOSL can set the content in maximum of 20 Salesforce objects. Salesforce provides the below two ways to invoke the SOSL queries. First one, by using query editor from developer console. Second one, by using Apex program. These are the two ways. Done with these points? Now, so now whenever we are invoking this SOSL queries, these are the two ways are available here. First one, we can use the help of query editor in order to invoke this SOSL query. Second one, by using Apex programming. Then how can we invoke SOSL query by using this query editor? We'll see with the practical use case first. Now, let's take a small use case. So let's take a small use case now. How can we prepare this SOSL query? Write an SOSL query to search the content test. Write an SOSL query to search the content test in all the fields in account, contact, opportunity, case, hiring manager, and candidate objects. These are the objects. Now tell me, is all these objects are related objects here? No. Some objects are independent. Account and contact and opportunity, these are related. Okay, fine. Now, in this case here, hiring manager is related to account? No. Hiring manager is related to contact? No. With opportunity? No. With case? No. So, SOSL query will not be concentrating on relationship. It may be any object, it will search the content. It may be related, it may be independent. Now, let me prepare the query now. I'm preparing this query here. Find, whenever we are searching the content over here, we are indicating the test star. But in this case, don't enclose in single quote, enclose with curly braces, because whenever we are executing this SOSL query from query editor, we have to use curly braces. If it is an Apex programming, we have to use single quote normally here. Now, find test star in all fields. In all fields, in which object? In some specific objects. What object? Account object. Contact object, in opportunity object, in case object, in hiring manager object, in candidate object. So now I would like to search, that means find test star, okay, in all the fields in account and the contact and opportunity, case, hiring manager and the candidate. Now in that case, if this keyword has been found in any one of these record in these subjects, return that record. So in that case, we are using the keyword return that account record. Upon returning the record, don't return all the field values, return only the account record ID, name, rating, industry, annual revenue, phone, and the fax, and then active status, or else let me, okay, leave it here. Now I want to search the content in contact object also over here. Now, if this any of the contact record is meet having this keyword test, return the contact record with ID, with the first name, with the last name, email, title, phone, and the fax. And I would like to, you can specify the birth date, like that. I want to search for the content in opportunity also. Suppose if any one of the opportunity record is matching with these conditions, then return that opportunity record with ID, with a name, with amount, close date, and then stage name, probability. And I want to set the content in case object also. If any one of the case record is having this keyword test, return the case record with ID, with the case number, case status, priority, origin, type, reason, and the subject of the case. And then set the content in hiring manager object also. If any one of the hiring manager record is using this keyword test, return that hiring manager record with ID, with the name and the contact number of the hiring manager and email address and the designation, employment type. Now these are the columns. Now, upon searching the content in candidate object, okay, if any of the candidate record is using this keyword test, return that candidate record with ID, with a name, candidate location, and the contact number of the candidate, email address of the candidate, and notice period, maximum budget. Sorry. Now I would like to specify expected CTC. These are the columns I would like to fetch. This is my SOSL query. Okay. Now let me execute this. I'm going to my Salesforce arc. I'm going to my Salesforce arc now. Go to the developer console. Now go to the tab bar. Click on Query Editor tab and paste your SOSL query. SOSL query. Whatever the query that you have prepared, we can paste your SOSL query here. Now, this is my query here. Now let me execute this query now. Click on execute. Now it is indicating the results over here. So now these are the three objects in which the such a content has been found. Total in how many records this keyword test has been used over here? Total number of records are 209. In 299 records, we have used this keyword test. Out of this 209, there are 8 account records, 1 opportunity, remaining 200 are hiring manager. Okay, in 8 account object records, we have used the keyword test. In 1 opportunity record, we have used opportunity test keyword, and then in 200 hiring manager records, we have used the keyword test. Then what are those records? Let's see. Click on accounts. Here we have used. Here we have used in the middle. Here also we have used in the middle here. Here we have used in this place. These are the 8 records in which we have used this keyword test. Second, opportunity. Here we have used test opportunity. When you go to the hiring manager, there are 200 hiring manager records are available whose name is okay having this keyword okay test. In all these records, we have used this keyword test. Okay, total 209 records are available. Sometimes you can raise a question, sir, it is returning 200 records. I don't want 200, I want only 50 hiring managers. Do we have any restriction? Yes. We can able to indicate. Instead of returning all the records from one single object itself, we can able to restrict them here. That facility will be available to you. Now, let's go to my query editor. In this hiring manager object, I am giving the limitation over here, limit 50. Just you can use that limit class here. Now click on execute. Now tell me, total how many matching hiring manager records are available previously? 200. Now here how many it is written right now? Only 50 records. Remaining records it won't return because we have restricted. So now because that already we know the complete SOSL query can return how many records? 2000. Suppose in one object itself there are 2000 matching records are available, then how it will search in remaining objects here? Because already we have reached to the limitation, so we can't return any more records. So what is the use of searching? It will be okay, stop executing that query. For that reason here, I don't want to get all the records from the same object here. So now I want to give the chance to search in other objects also. For that reason, I'm using limit class. Okay. Understood the concept now? Make a note of this query. Done with this? Now, so this is the way we can invoke SOSL query by using developer console. Then how to invoke this SOSL query through Apex programming, we'll see in tomorrow's session. Now, here also, whenever we are executing SOSL query through Apex programming, in Apex we have two types of SOSL queries: static SOSL, dynamic SOSL both. How to implement both, I will show you in tomorrow's session so that we can close it up this part. Then we'll see, okay, custom settings and custom metadata types. Small features will finish it up first, then we'll enter into batch programming scheduling concept over there. Okay, thank you.